Today, we're going to learn how to build a tent. But before that, we need to choose our sleeping areas appropriately for the tent. So we want a nice flat area like this. Not a hard bumpy area or an area that's overgrown and you have to sleep right next to the plants. Here are the components of the tent, including pegs, a waterproof cover, poles, and the tent body itself. So first, take the tent poles and put them to the full length. Now, since it's a two-person tent, you need to fit it in through the orange hose so that the tent's body can be structured appropriately. Now fit the end of the tent's pole into the appropriate hole. Keep it steady while raising the tent's body so that it resembles half of a normal tent, and fit it through the other hole as well. And now repeat the same for the other side. Now that your tent's body is done, it's now time to secure the poles. You have to tie a knot at the top with the string that's on the tent's body to make sure that the poles stay together and they don't break apart during the night due to wind or rain. Now put the waterproof cover on top, making sure that it's secure by using the hooks and the I suppose you would call them loops on the water covers, orange coverings. Now all you have to do is peg it in. For pegging in the tent, you should always make sure that you put in the pegs at a 45-degree angle and dug it as deep as you can until you can't dig it anymore, and then use a hammer. Now I accidentally put my tent on rocky ground, so I can't really tent there as the pegs won't fit, but you should repeat this for all four corners. Now, when it's time to assemble the tent, make sure that you unpeg all your pegs and put them in the pegs back first. Then, close up your tent so that nothing can get in when it's packed in your bag. Once the tent is all zipped up, take off the waterproof cover at the top. Untie the string on the top that secures the poles. And now you can take the poles out. So first, you take the post end out of the hose at the bottom of the tent. Then you push the pole out of the orange tube. Make sure you push and you don't pull, because if you pull, it usually results in the tent pole getting separated right in the middle. Repeat this for the other side as well. Now that the poles are gone, you can fold the tent up. So you first fold it in threes by the length of the tent, making sure that all the blue areas, which you can see, are inside the tent, because those areas are the areas that cannot get dirty. Now take your tent bag and measure it against the tent to see if the tent can actually fit within the tent bag with the fold. If it doesn't, then you might have to fold it in fourths or fifths. Take your pegs, take your waterproof cover, and put them on the tent. Now you can start rolling. Make sure that the edges of the tent when you're rolling don't go over the border of the tent. Once you're finished rolling, which the air should be pretty much all out of, use the string to tie your tent together so that it doesn't fall apart. Now that your tent is all wrapped up, you can put it in the tent bag. Now one thing you should make sure is that your tent poles are not in your tent bag when you're packing, because tent poles are really fragile, and if you put it in your tent bag, which then puts in your bag, there's a high chance that it might break, so you should always put it outside your camp bag.